I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everyone from bondage. Kindly bring me the knowledge of the ages so I may bring my intent to fruition. In the name of Mark Brown Satan, let me express, yes we can.
Let us now talk about Pistis Sophia, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the creative potential. Normally the word pistis is associated with our mind, with a certain level of consciousness of our mind. But in this context, pistis is not really mind. It's better understood as power. Sophia means wisdom. So as a compound word, it signifies power, wisdom. It came to pass when Pistis Sophia was in the 13th aeon, in the region of all her brethren, the invisibles, that is, the 4 and 20 emanations of the great invisible, it came to pass then, by the command of the first mystery, that Pistis Sophia gazed into the height. She saw the light of the veil of the treasury of the light, and she longed to reach that region, and she could not reach to that region. But she ceased to perform the mystery of the 13th aeon and sang praises to the light of the height, which she had seen in the light of the veil of the treasury of the light. She's implored to gaze into the light, and she wants to gain complete wisdom. She wants to complete the whole work. But something happens. It's not so simple. It came to pass then, when she sang praises to the region of the height, that all the rulers in the 12 aeons who are below hated her, because she had ceased from their mysteries, and because she had desired to go into the height and be above them all. For this cause, then, they were enraged against her and hated her, as did the great triple-powered, self-willed, that is, the third triple power, he who had become disobedient, inasmuch as he had not emanated the whole purification of his power in him, and he had not given the purification of his light at the time when the rulers gave their purification, and that he desired to rule over the whole 13th aeon and those who are below it. The great triple-powered, self-willed, emanated out of himself a great lion-faced power, and out of his matter in him he emanated a host of other very violent material emanations, and sent them into the regions below, to the parts of the chaos, in order that they might there lie in wait for Pistis Sophia and take away her power out of her. It came to pass then thereafter, by command of the first commandment, that the great triple power self-willed, who is one of the 3 triple powers, pursued Sophia in the 13th aeon, in order that she should look towards the parts below, so that she might see in that region his lion-faced light power and long after it, and go to that region, so that her light might be taken from her. It came to pass then thereafter that she looked below, and saw his light power in the parts below. And she knew not that it was that of the triple power self-willed. But she thought that it came out of the light which she had seen from the beginning in the height, which came out of the veil of the treasury of the light. And she thought to herself, I will go to that region without my pair, and take the light there out, and fashion for myself light aeons, so that I may go to the light of lights, which is in the height of heights. This then thinking, she went forth from her own region. The 13th aeon went down into the 12 aeons. The rulers of the aeons pursued her and were enraged against her, because she had thought of grandeur. And she went forth also from the 12 aeons and came into the region of the chaos, and drew nigh to that lion-faced light power to devour it. But all the material emanations of self-willed surrounded her. When the dawning of the great cosmic day occurred, the gods began to weep, and they had no choice. They had to go into creation. This existence causes, as Samael Unveil writes, the gods to weep, because they have to go back into existence. The great lion-faced light power devoured all the light powers in Sophia, and cleaned out her light and devoured it, and her matter was thrust into the chaos. It became a lion-faced ruler in the chaos, of which one half is fire and the other is darkness. That is Yalda Bayalt. When then this befell, Sophia became very greatly exhausted, and that lion-faced light power set to work to take away from Sophia all her light powers, and all the material powers of self-willed surrounded Sophia at the same time and pressed her sore. The third triple power comes and swallows up Sophia. The underworld comes and devours a beautiful maiden, devoured by our ego. And what comes out of it is Yalda Bayalt, which is darkness. That's Yalda Bayalt, which is causing Sophia, our divine essence, our divine principle, to suffer. She's in bondage. She's enslaved. Understand them and comprehend them and eliminate them with that same power. With that card of indecision, instead of choosing wrongly, we choose correctly to use that power to eliminate our ego.